Hey everyone, and welcome to Darkson Gaming. My name is Chris, and in today's video, we are jumping into the Extreme Super Battle Road, and this time we're taking our Extreme Physical team going up against the Super Intelligence team. So right off the bat here, it looks like we're taking on Team Bardock, and everything is going to kind of be set up. Now, my team is very similar to what a lot of people are running right now, which is absolutely disgusting. I mean, it's a Majin Buu physical team that really just seems to shine in a lot of different ways between damage reduction and healing, not to mention having some very good ability to be able to buff your team through some of the different skills, and then also being able to turn around and say, hey, we're going to again, increase health, tank some different things. I mean, it just does a lot of stuff. So right away, as you can see right there, I have the ability to be able to seal with the pure evil Majin Buu, which is obviously a really huge benefit in a super battle road, and just kind of let this team kind of do its thing. You definitely want to have your in this case, I've got the Gotenks. That is going to be my leader, dual leaders, so a lot of extra buffs on that aspect. And then I did bring Omega Shenron, and Omega Shenron is here because of his negative 20 attack and 20 defense that he brings upon the passive to all enemies, and then he also launches an additional attack that has a chance of being able to be a super attack, not to mention his attack is an additional 120%. As far as Gotenks, yeah, well, it's Gotenks. He's pretty disgusting the way he is all the way around. So that is obviously a very nice ability in unit to be able to bring. So that's obviously on that standpoint, the fact that he's able to raise his attack continuously on his 12 key and on his 18 key, raise his defense. He gets pretty tanky, especially after the first turn, and on this team he gets his 18 key very easily. Now, the weakest member of the team is going to be that good Majin Buu, and it's because he does not have his EZA yet on global. Once he gets his EZA, he's very good, but right now he's just giving me a 25% HP increase of recovery on HP whenever I drop below 40%, which in this run was not very often. So in this attempt, just kind of going through and seeing exactly how everything plays, it's going to be the way you want the rotation. And like any other super battle road, RNG plays a huge factor, so you do kind of have to wait. Doesn't matter how great things are, if turn one you get super attack 3 straight times, you're pretty much dead. So RNG does play a role in that, but being able to turn around and have some pretty beneficial things as far as the things that they can do obviously helps. Now in this particular case, obviously want to try to get the maximization. I mean, as you can see, my Gotenks has got 238,000 defense, over 300,000 attack. I mean, he's one-shotting a lot of people, which is just really good. But in this case, I do obviously want to make sure I'm tanking my attacks. And then Omega Shenron, he's just very tanky himself, so he's able to handle a lot. And then obviously with the 50% attack and defense boost, along with key +2 on Majin Buu Kid with his EZA, obviously does very well that way. So as you can see, I'm in 2.8 million, pretty devastating there. And then even Omega Shenron here, as we're getting ready to launch the first super attack here, 1.1 million, kill Borgos, and we just get ready to move on. It's clockwork. I mean, I actually don't know if physical extreme or strength extreme, I don't know which one's easier on the super battle road. Now this team is actually really nice for this battle, because this is Great Saiyaman 1 and Great Saiyaman 2, and they are both part of the Majin Buu team. And so when Pure Buu comes on rotation, I'll kind of talk about him a little bit more. But obviously having that 50% on this rotation, the 50% Super Buu that gives 50% to extreme physical, 50% attack and defense plus 3 key. Obviously, you can tell I'm able to do quite a bit. Not to mention right there, I'm up to 295,000 as far as my base attack before I'm doing anything. But just right away, just not even messing around with the attacks and stuff that he's able to kind of produce right away. I mean, 1.8 million right off the bat. Not to mention I'm getting a increase in Now with the 12 key attack, I'm able to get my attack to be able to raise up. So it's pretty nice all the way around. Not gonna lie, it's very nice. And then obviously my super boost, 7.8 million, which in Super Battle Road, having some of the different things that comes through is great. And not to mention on his super attack, he recovers 18% HP. So obviously very, very good there. So even though if you look, I'm only at half. I was a little bit better in half health, but having that ability to have my ki come back at the start of turn thanks to Gotenks, that is very, very good. Whenever running Super Battle Road, and he was recovering 12% HP, so pretty good here. Now from here, again, just trying to figure out exactly how I want to be able to play out, make sure I still have some orbs, because as much as this team does feed ki, you do have to be mindful of some other units, some of the units that are on here, just to make sure that you're going to be able to definitely get super attacks off, but maximizing some potential. Now, in this particular case, the pure evil Boo is obviously giving all enemies negative attack and defense negative 20%. Plus, he has a medium chance of evading the super attacks. So he's going to be doing pretty decent, especially going up against the being able to go up against the Majin Buu Saga characters. He's going to be able to get that extra attack, so he's definitely going to be a huge benefit when coming around. But this right here, actually wait, no, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have the Majin Buu. It's the strength one that has the Majin Buu Saga ability. That right there, I wanted to that was the Omega Shenron super sticker effect, so I wanted to kind of showcase that. I showcased it again later on because I couldn't remember if I showcased it or not in this, but I try to make sure to show people when I'm doing some different types of stickers that, hey, how does that effect look, and different things of that nature. But as you guys can see, this is just kind of just rolling through. Yes, not everyone's going to have all of these units, but realistically, minus the 50% support unit boom and the Gotenks, which you could still get at least as a leader or as a friend unit, you can do a lot of different things. A lot of people are going to probably have these units if you've been playing for any length of time. Omega Shenron, there's a lot of, yes, he is a Dokkan Fest exclusive, but he's been having a lot of opportunities for people to be able to pick him up. I mean, he's been around since 2017. Actually, 3 years ago, he was before they actually kind of had the official celebration and everything. Him and Gogeta were the celebration units for the kind of like the first time they ended up doing the download celebration. So now these guys are kind of tough because they're pretty tanky. But again, probably the biggest thing that's going to hurt here is the fact that I still need to have my heaviest tanker, which is going to be the Gotenks, but he's going to get attacked multiple times before he ever gets his super attack off. So you guys are going to notice, even though I have 422,000 attack, I mean, I'm still getting hit with 12,000, off regular attack, so did pretty good. But a super attack that comes through, you're going to probably at this level can still be taking about 150 to 250,000 damage, even from Gotenks. So just kind of one of those things you want to be careful when going into the first round. You want to make sure that you're being careful as far as getting everything situated with your team. This is kind of I'm going to call it a pseudo no item run, and you guys will kind of see what I mean when I get to that point. But again, just right now, I'm just tanking, and that good Boo, once he gets his extreme awakening, he gets an attack and defense boost of 66%, plus an additional attack and defense of 22% and ki +1 each time he's attacked up to 3 times. So the way that it's calculated out, he essentially is going to be getting 132 plus on his attack and defense percent, and then ki +3. Not to mention he's recovering 30% HP whenever the HP is below 40%. So he's going to be very, very good with that. So set up extremely well for being able to do different things. Not to mention he becomes a pretty decent attacker with his 15 super attack that he ends up getting. So obviously, again, this just flows very easily. Everybody just continuously going through, setting up, making sure that you have, again, you know, you're still taking some damage on some different things, but we're going to be healing it up here. Even with the negative 20%, again, seal right there, I'm not going to have to worry about much of anything anymore. And we took a lot of abuse, and I'm still at 344,000, so nobody's going to do a single attack that is going to be greater than that. So that's where you pretty much know, hey, I'm able to kind of coast, not to mention a couple of turns into it. Double digits, you know, just not going to be having anything happen to me here. And it's just rotation after rotation, doing things very, very well. So this is just a great team. It's kind of weird because we kept thinking Super Battle Road was going to be very, very difficult. The Extreme Super Battle Road was going to be very, very difficult, but we do have a lot of units that JP did not have when it first came out on JP. So it's making things a lot easier for us to be able to do these Extreme Super Battle Roads the first times around. So kind of that benefit for being a few months behind. I have no idea if that's what's going to turn around and happen permanently, but you know, that's what's going on. Alright, so this right here, gonna get the Dokkan attack off. This is kind of where this team might kind of be a little bit of a downside, is that it's so good. I get way too overconfident here, as you guys are gonna see. But right away, I mean, I'm gonna almost kill everybody. I mean, I've got a Dokkan attack coming off. Okay, super attack coming through. I mean, that's pretty devastating right there. I mean, he takes me way down on my attack, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I'm still gonna be able to go through. I've got that good boo at the end. That yeah, he's getting attacks from each unit. Probably wasn't the way that I should have gone through and set up. It definitely probably should have turned around and ended up using an item, since I wasn't trying to attempt a no item run. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, hey, it's the end. I can blast this off. Won't be a big deal. First time try, first time through, no item run, not a problem. You know, 4 million attacks that almost kill everybody in one shot. But that's not the way some things are going to turn around and go, because even though I've got that, I've got some nice health. 2 really big attacks there for 100,000 combined. Just doesn't help when I get super attacked right here. And as you can see, 241,000, and that ends my run. However, thanks to some nice movie magic, we're just going to go ahead, and I went back in. Literally almost the exact same way. The exact, not the same rotation, but kind of, because instead of the Super Boo, I ended up with Kid Boo in this rotation. So I'm going to take it as is, but I didn't learn my lesson. So I am going to go through, and I'm really debating whether or not I should, at this point, throw on an item, because I have done a no item run at this point. You know, I haven't used anything. I mean, I even had the point to where I get the super attack again. I only had to go into it. I think I had to reset this level twice, I believe, and then I was able to go through and get everything kind of situated from that standpoint, just to get the enemies, because all I cared about was getting the same enemy attack list, really. But from here, I just went through. I mean, I just was kind of dumb luck that I was able to turn around and get the Dokkan attack again, and this time it just is completely different as far as the way that it turns out. So this does actually end up becoming a no item run, even though it is my second attempt of going into it, which, hey, you know what, I'll take that, not a big deal. But again, 424,000, I'm going to be able to get my second attack here, which is definitely going to take care of Piccolo. Not going to have anything worried from there, and it just is nice. Again, you guys can see when you get a Dokkan attack with Bootinks, it's pretty good. But still, you know, take some pretty hard hits there. I was actually a little concerned, but then I started kind of thinking to myself, no, I'm going to be able to finish him off. I'm not too worried at this point. And tank halfway decent, but full energy, full health again. So at this point, I have zero worries that I'm going to not beat the round and just go ahead and decide to just take him out. Not to mention here, I get some pretty decent orbs from Super Boo, and then Omega Shenron getting ready. I mean, everybody's over 300,000. base attack before they get any multipliers going on, and we're just going to see Gotenks just annihilate the rest of the team here with that. So that's pretty much it. That's going to basically be the run. After this, he ends up getting beat, and that's it. So thank you guys very, very much for everything. I'm glad you guys were able to watch the event again. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. Thank you very much. Make sure to go give me a follow on Twitter at Darkson Gaming. And that's it. That's today's video. Gonna have some other ones coming through. But thank you very much. We'll talk to you guys later.